definitely going to look at these first set of numbers that pop up at us for A, B, C, and D. We're going to get rid of A because numerically it's not like B, C, and D, right? The other differences that I can notice right away is two of them have 26, right? So this one's different. So technically I'd be getting rid of C too. And I'd just keep the two 26s. And then the only difference I have is 34 and 33. So let's go look up these two CPT codes, see what the difference is before we look at the test question, and then look for the key terms that are in the code descriptor, and then search our question to see what we're doing. So 88, 334, and 333. So way back here in the back. 88. 88, 334. And this is very scary to do, I know, guys. It's not anything like coding. It's very anti-coding, but remember, you're not coding on this exam. You are trying to pick out the correct answer in 120 seconds, and I've already blown it by how long it takes me to even get to the codes. When you're searching for your codes, start looking at the very, very top of your page at your numbers, because this will tell you where you're at faster than reading up and down the columns to see if you're in the right numbers. Start training your eyes to immediately go to that, evaluating if you're there or not yet. I'm not there yet, right? Because I'm looking for 88.3. That's supposed to get you there faster. And here I am, 88.34 right here. So we're at 33. If I can find it. 33 something. 334 and 333. So they're going to be over here. Yeah, up here. Oh, finally get to the right codes. So what are the differences? See, I don't have anything written beside these codes. So now I've got to waste time and go cite, cite, exam, exam. All of this is the same. Touch, prep, squash. The difference is initial, and then this is the add-on code, right? So my fixing of these codes, this one's going to be, and I have arrows, so my notes say that the 3-4 goes with the 3-3. Now the 3-2 goes with the 3-1, so they can be a little confusing because some of these add-on codes you can use with multiple ones, but a lot of times you can't, like in Lab and Path. The 34 only goes with the 33. I-N-I-T-A-L. My mom is in there cooking seafood, crab legs right now, because she always forgets I'm allergic to seafood. And I'm her only child. Oh my. Let's see. What else are we doing? And this is additional. Who is tearing up something right beside my door again? What are you doing?
Trying to find a dream notebook. All of them has all my homework. And we did.
Right, we did 12 years of schoolwork at home. I can give you this one back, but I'm keeping the Death Note folder part of it. You could just have the paper. You want just the paper? Got no folder for it. Because this one's going in the garbage.
You bought me that notebook, so
I bought it. You destroyed it.
did not.
Did too.
Did not.
Did too.
Did
34 is additional. We would not use the 33 with the 31 because they're both, the add-on code is the 34. The 34 can go with the 33. Yep. You wouldn't use the 31, is what I was trying to do in my notes, with the 33. But you could use the 33 with the 34, or the 31 with the 34, or the 31 with the 32, but you can't use the 31 and the 33 together because that's not the add-on code, if that makes any sense. This is the initial, this is a single specimen over here. The add-on codes are what is on here. So our just evaluating the 31 and the 33 will not go together, but you know that 34 is an add-on code which you can add to B. So B is your answer. Knowing how to spot those coding scenarios that you can't use is super helpful. I wrote out what the COC Batcave people did here, and they said to circle and draw an arrow up, and they said draw a circle and an arrow up. Well, that didn't make much sense to me. And see how the arrow goes up above that one to skip this one, but then go to that one. That's what they were trying to do. You can go, this one can go to that one. Then you've got to skip, but then this one can go to that one, but then this one can go back down to that one. There's got to be a better way to do this particular note-taking right here, because that's not helpful when I try to go back and look at it again. What are you doing, Travis?
Still trying to find a book that I like. Man, I wish I could use my Trapper Keeper again.
Why?
Guys, I hate the binder that I have to use.
I had a question on my next one. I need to look in HitPix. Don't forget about, we have modifiers, a lot of modifiers, and they're in the HitPix book. If you look in the cover of your HitPix book, there's modifiers here. There's modifiers in the inside cover all the way here. And then if you go to the back of the book, the back cover has modifiers in this, and then it has even more modifiers here. My next question I had not seen before, and I haven't checked it yet to see if it's right or wrong, but I don't know where these modifiers are. And I may have to have y'all's help to help me figure this out. Is that a modifier? It is a modifier. Where the hell is that modifier? Does anybody know where the O, is there an O? Like the letter O modifiers? Like OA? Do you think it's a number OA? Maybe it's a number OA. I see Q's. Where would an O? There's an O here, but it's a GO. Where would OA be? There's an AO, alternate payment. Good Lord. Would I ever thought to look at the top of the page? got some more advice for you. You know, if you're going to take the test in person and you're worried about time, obviously, like we are, do not sharpen your pencil to a sharp point. Get you an Architecture's number 2 pencil. They're square leaded like a rectangle. They are the lead in the rectangle Architect's pencil is a lead number 2, but you sharpen it to that kind of point. It's a rectangle point. Just think how fast you can bubble in your answers that way. Instead of using a fine point and spending all that time bubbling from one to another, the fatter, like the kindergarten fat pencils, with the lead point that is super bigger, anything. Use something that does not have a fine point sharpened tip end. Find you a number 2 pencil. Architects have them in a rectangle format, but you can also use the preschool or kindergarten fat pencils with the fat leaded in. You can bubble faster. Just bubbling faster is another tip. I cannot find this modifier, and I don't know why it would be right if I can't find it. It's for breast cancer. I don't know why I would use it, so I can't explain it if I can't even find it. Very interesting. I'll have to keep looking to see. I don't know why I would use it, so I can't explain it if I can't even find it. Very interesting. I'll have to keep looking to see if I can find the O modifiers. They even have better descriptions, of course, obviously in here. But there's not going to be any O's in here. I don't know if it's a circle like a letter number O or if it's a letter O because I can't tell the differences. But very interesting. I'll have to skip that question. I was hoping I could find it before this live, but I don't know how to, I know what the answer is, but I don't know how to find or explain the answer once I do find it because I don't know what that modifier means. Alright, alcohol test is our next one. Sometimes you need a ×2 or a ×3 for glucose tolerance test or things like that, or sometimes they want you to, if you get a positive, you got to go on and run another test to verify it's a positive, like you might do a dipstick in a lab situation, and if it comes up positive, then you send it out for a real drug analysis to really tell you it's positive. Just some of those things that you need to keep up with in your lab sections. Some of these are assay or enzyme is what they're using to collect the result. Some of them are visual results. Some of them are multi-step test. You got to know your differences because some of these tests are listed twice, but some of them are collected and used as nucleic acid technique, and then the other technique is going to be the enzyme technique. So it could be the same test, but if you're not under the right technique, then you're in the wrong area. And this is where a lot of people get it wrong. I have these marked out in my notes if you need those, but that's one area where you need to make sure you read the little section before you start coding these to know if you're in multi-step or a single step, or if you're in enzyme, or if you're in nucleic acid techniques. Some helpful tips there. Your AKAs, we know that Candida is the same thing as the yeast infection. Some things like that. Epstein-Barr is AKA for the human herpes virus, also known AKA as mono. So there's a lot of things like that that are going on in this section to be sure to know. There's quantitative and qualitative. You got to know which one is a definitive test, which one is therapeutic. And be sure you know that a CLIA waiver, CLIA, is something that a lab has to go through every 2 years to be able to process our urine, blood, hair, fecal matter, that kind of stuff. Don't forget to fix all these out-of-sequence codes. It drives you nuts. And the bad thing is that they push all the codes that should be in order out of order. I still can't find 80101. It just drives me nuts. It's always missing somewhere. I don't ever know where it is. But, yeah, I hate the lab section. I hate the lab section for sure because it's just all over the place. Therapeutic means you need a level. I need to know how much of the medicine is in your body. A definitive test is just a positive or a negative. And then you need to know the differences between the qualitative and quantitative. So qualitative is the presence of, and then quantitative is how much. So got to know the differences between those, how the test is performed, single step, multi-step, some of the AKA terms, that kind of stuff. Yep, those genes. Oh, they're always out of sequence for 2022 for any year for lab and path. I know they're going to be concentrating on lab and path and radiology for some code updates in 2022 books, but I have not made it to that section yet. I'm still in anesthesia. I'm working on that section to get that posted, but I'm fixing the out of sequences as I go. I'll let you know when I get there. I'm just not there yet in the book. So let's go do this other one because I don't know how to answer the one before it. And yeah, we're going to do our process of elimination again. We know that D is not like the others, so we're going to get rid of that one. Then this code is an every answer, so let's go see if we can times 2 it, or if it's got a parenthetical note that says we cannot use another code with it, just so we can eliminate some more stuff before we look at our test question. So 82075. I hate lab. You can't find anything in this section. But I'm the one that made up all these questions, or went and found them anyway. 82075. 82075. We're there? We're there. We're under alcohol. Are we doing breath? And then they either times 2 it. Can we times 2 this code? It's not an add-on code. I don't see a plus in front of it. And it doesn't say the word each. If it says the word each, then you times 2 it. So I would get rid of B on this one. And then the 82355 that's with it. What the heck is that for? 82355. Go check that out. And I do all this before I look at the test question. 82355 is a calculus quantitative analysis. And let's go look at our question while I answer my children's question to see what's going on. What?
I ate my first crab claw.
You ate your first crab what?
Claw.
Crab claw. How did you like your crab claw? Awesome. It's just like lobster, I think. Yeah. I used to be able to eat them as a kid. I can't eat them now. Did you like that?
Yeah, I had some of the crab leg too.
Crab leg too? Aw. That's Jamesy. He's my food baby. He'll eat anything. Yeah, it's good, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I want to try lobster.
Ah. I don't know if we had any lobster, but I think there's shrimp in there too. Is Travis gonna eat anything? All right, hubby's at home and he's sick. He sounds terrible. Ugh. Okay, so let's see. Are we doing that other test or just doing the breath? We're just doing the breath. Yep. Only one test, so that eliminates C. And we don't times 2 the breath because it's not an add-on code, so y'all definitely know A is our answer. Very good. Let's get down to this one. So what have we got here? We've got E&M codes with a lab. Interesting. What have we got going on? Let's read the last sentence of the question. Make sure they're not just asking us to code just the lab test, because if they are, then we know A is our answer and we can move on. But it does seem to be asking us how would Dr. Monday report his service, what he did. So he provided a comprehensive clinical path consultation at the request of Dr. Adams. So y'all know what happens then, right? If one doctor says, another doctor come help me, then he does get the consultation code. So we're definitely going to get rid of A and we'll get rid of D, right? So it's got to be between these two codes. And if he's doing a lab test with his consultation, then doesn't he get the 25? Does that sound legit? Or is there a specimen? Let's see. He just reviewed the medical records. That's all he did? Ooh, he didn't do any test? He's in intensive care. He did not see the patient. All he did was review the medical history and the doctor's records. Then you're right. B is our answer, right? Very good. Yep. You're going to wait till April to take your exam. I think that's a great idea. I just hope the exam hasn't updated too much, but stick with me and we'll see if the exam changes much, and I'll keep updating what people are reporting back that the exam is for sure. Our next one is going to be a quantitative, Q-U-A-N-T. So, which way are we going with that one when it's quant? Do y'all remember what I said a minute ago? Casey, you're sitting next weekend? Amount, how much? Very good. Me too, Connor. Me too. Fingers and toes crossed. Marissa got a 66 on, and she's going to take it again on the 11th. Oh my goodness. Everybody's doing December 11th. I think I have one person who's going to do it on December 23rd. Oh my goodness. All right, let's look at these codes. So we've got two of the same code, right? So we can get rid of probably, right, A and C. And then we just need to look up this code and see if it goes with this one. 1105, 8105. I can never find the 81s. Where are the 81s, guys? 81005. I'll never be able to find that one because it's just going to be out of sequence somewhere. Don't know where. 81005. It's on 608, it says. Oh gosh, I hate these codes. Did I write down the right page? I hope I did. Or I'm in the wrong ones. Yep, I'm in the wrong ones. 810, not 811. 810, 810, 810. Yeah, I never can find this one. Page 599. All right. 810 with the dipsticks. Urinalysis, and I told you we were in the urinalysis, and I said we were looking for the quant for an infectious agent. So this says qual or quant. Or can mean and, so they can do either or both. I hate that about coding, for sure. And we're just looking for an infection. What is 83518? The other one that they wanted us to look up. 835. 83518. That is a quantitative, semi-quantitative, single-step method, but that is an immunoassay. Immunoassay would be done on a multi-step method, which is probably your strep screen with your cotton swab. That would not be what this is, and they're just doing it by urinalysis. So B is definitely our answer for sure. Yep. So this one's a word one. Code 3011F, which is a Category 2 code, in the back, describes which diagnostic or screening process is it. Let's see. Total cholesterol. What's the differences between these? That has the triglycerides and LDL. That would be very difficult to do. A lot of these codes they even take the blood pressure and they give you a code just for systolic and then a code for dystolic. They separate out everything back here. So 3011, and sometimes they're not all in alphabetical order, which is fine. 30. which I think has been deleted. No, 11F? There it is, 11F. But it does look like they're doing the HDL triglycerides and the calculated. So they're not separating it all out. Very cool. Thanks for the page numbers. But A is our answer. I was trying to say it wasn't. They were going to separate them all out, but they don't. They have a combinated one right there. The ones that we self-report for my medical group, we do the cholesterol by itself, we do the HDL by itself, and the LDL by itself. We don't do the combo risk one. The hemoglobin A1C is as close to a combo one that we report or is asked for our HEDIS guidelines to report. Everything else is pretty separate, for sure. But these categories are where the money is, so be sure and know where these are at. I didn't even do the out-of-code sequencing for this one. Probably didn't even do it for any of the Category 2 codes, but definitely one of the areas I got to touch and learn more about, because if you're going to be in medicine, Category 2 is where it's at now. When you get into the real office, it's tied to your MIPS codes in your ICD10 books. So when you see a code and it's got a pink little bubble in front of it, that's a capturing diagnosis. Like if you diagnose somebody with strep throat, then that triggers the health plans to now search that patient's record for prescription antibiotics for the next 2 weeks. And if they're given antibiotics, even by an urgent care or by another provider, within that 2 weeks, and you didn't do a strep screen on them where you swabbed their throat and got a lab result to see if it was positive, it's going to be counted against the primary care physician to say that patient wasn't treated properly. There's a whole thing on all that. And the more you learn about it, the cooler you are to a medical group, because you can stop those claims and have your doctor just diagnose them with just symptoms. If you want to avoid that, they have a fever and a sore throat, but you don't give them the diagnosis of strep throat without a definitive exam test result that is positive in the office that day. If they didn't do one and they didn't bill one, but they're still saying they got strep throat, and then they get an antibiotic within 2 weeks, then it's counted against that doctor. So there's a lot of things that go along with these Category 2s and the MIPS codes that are good to know, because it'll make you valuable to the doctor's offices. And you can find that information out at the NCQA website. So N is in Nancy, Q, C, A. It'll have a list of all the HEDIS measures, like everybody that is diagnosed with strep throat needs to have a strep test done, and if it's not done and they're given antibiotics within 2 weeks of it by anybody, it's counted against that doctor. And the results are published publicly for everybody to see once a year. The more you know about these two programs, the more valuable you are to an employer. So just a little help on the side there. As you're learning about Category 2 codes, you could make yourself really, really valuable by knowing those, and it's not hard. I promise. It's a lot easier than coding, because they give you the guidelines and it's black and white. If you use this CPT code, this happens. So it's great. I love it a lot better than I do coding. Right here, we've got sort of the same area here. We've got 1 and 2, which I really love, of course. Maybe this one. Maybe I'd get rid of the 74. But these are all going to be one away from each other. So let's go check out and see what's going on here. 822.70. 822. Yeah. Category 2 codes are my little domain there. You can learn those. You are super valuable. Okay, so our differences, the 70, 71, and 72, were all under blood occult. Again, I don't have what's marked different next to the code, so now I get to go figure it out. Both are feces, both are blood occults, both are perioxide, both are activity, they're guaiacs. One of them's qual, one of them's qual. Good gracious. This is 1 to 3 stimulants, and this is consecutively collected specimens with single determinations. Single? I think this is the single digit test. Other sources, and then this is 1 to 3 determinations. Right? 1 to 3. 3 cards. Yep, you've all seen those cards when the doctor uses the one card in the office and you just turn it over and you put the little blue die on the back of the card. And they only do the one. Yeah, this one also has patient, 3 card, single test, triple card. What are the differences? Feces consecutive with single determination. Colorectal neoplasm schedule. Yeah. Was provided 3 cards or a single triple card for consecutive. What's the difference? 1 to 3. Other than colorectal neoplasm screening. Other than. They're doing it not for colorectal screening, right? Performed for other than colorectal neoplasm screening. They're just checking for bleeding. This is for colorectal screenings. Oh, Lord. What other sources would they get it from? It drive me nuts here. Yep, GI bleed. No colorectal. That's very good. GI bleed. Love it. But I'm like, what other sources would you get it from if you're under feces and this has to be under this code? So you're in the feces, right? So what other source is there? That I need to, if you want the full description of the code description, you have to have that book from 2006 to figure out what it means, unless you just are smart and know it already because you code in it all the time, which is crazy. Oh, my other 2, my insider books are in the living room because I'm using them for anesthesia right now. But very cool. Let's go see, are we doing colorectal cancer? So, done purposes other than colorectal screening. So they actually said those words. So that's helpful. So we know it's going to be 72, right? Because that's the only one that is other than colorectal screenings. But even these weren't even marked up properly to help me tell that right away. CR, colorectal, yep. These are for positive colorectal screening. Colorectal neoplasms, neos. Positive colorectal neons, other than colorectal neos. For GI bleeds. But definitely 72 is our answer. Now that we've got our codes marked up properly to answer this question, we're definitely going to go with D, for sure. You see how long that takes to decipher out your codes? if you're in the middle of the CPC exam, you don't have time to rationalize these codes. And they know that. They know they're written word for word, these same, and you get discouraged because you're going word for word and they're the same dang thing, and it takes you a while to find the differences. If I can't stress it enough, go to these codes through the book and write the differences down, especially on the ones that are like this, that are word for word the same thing throughout the entire description. Then there might be one word difference. This said other than. Everything else was the same. So, super helpful tip right there, but it is extremely time consuming, y'all. But you're already there. You're already boxing. You're already highlighting, doing those things. While you're there, if you see codes that are in different blocks, but they're starting out and saying the same things, right? Like these, go through, find out your differences right underneath the code, what those differences are, so that you'll know during your exam. Just deciphering out these codes is half your battle for sure. Oh, let's see. So we're at the 82270s again. 82270s, what are we doing? We're in the same spot. Something about Crohn's disease. How would you report the lab? They order a fecal calpoprotein. Is that what we're doing at 270? Those are the same codes we were just at. 272, 2772, 271? No. Those are not for that. Right? We were just there. 822. Yep, 70. Yep. So I bet it's this wild card, right? This 83993. What's that? 83993. 83993. 83993 up at the top. Way at the top, and we've got that word cap. We've got that one there. Ooh, come on. It does not like to look from book to computer screen. I'm sorry. I wished it would, but it just does not like it. Come on. There you go. Yeah, so we're definitely picking C is our answer. Thank God we were just there. Or with the process of elimination, we would have excluded C and then looked at these, but quickly figured out we're nowhere near this cal protein test. So we would have known to eventually go back to that one, but that saved us a step for sure. For sure. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that matches. MY globulin, MYE myelin versus mygoblin. Organic acid. Look, organic acid. What's the difference? We've got a matching here, total and single. That's our differences in these. And this is quant. That's quant. That's all we got. So all I've got is single here. I'll put right there. And then this one is total, is our word difference. So just finding the ones that are super similar and then writing out your differences will definitely help for sure. For sure. This Fenticalo, what is this? Pheyla. This is, our differences are the ALA between an LKE ketones. This is ketones, and these are Phosphates. Yeah, we're okay with that. This is phosphates too. This is acid and this is alkaline. So this one should have acid. And then this one should have alk. A-L-K. That is going to help you pick these faster because they're the same. And then this one is phosphorglyce. G-L-Y. Yep. And this is gluse. G-L-U instead of a Y. And this is hex. H-E-X. Whoo! Inorganic. And Billy. This one's a Billy. You could go all day working on these. And then we've got these are all the same words right there. One's urine, one's feces. So, urine, feces. Then you don't have to go into the description and go find the differences. If you have it right underneath the code, that's going to save you a couple of seconds. Plus, you've already spent the time to decipher it. Figure out what the differences are. You'll be more confident during the exam for sure. All right. Our next one. What have we got? Come on, focus. Focus, 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 focus. Almost. There we go. So we've got the same 31. So I'm definitely going to get rid of that one. And get rid of that one. I'm going to keep these two 31s. I'm going to go look it up. I know I'm going to use the same modifier, but I need to know if I can use an 88 with it or not. So 88,331 is what? What the heck is that? $88,331. Way up here at the top. No, bottom. Bottom. Pathology consult during surgery. First tissue block with frozen section single. It says we have a parenthetical note down at the bottom. Use 88332 in conjunction with 88331. But I don't know about the 04. Got that there. We've got some more parentheticals right here. So we are looking for 304 that we cannot use. I don't know if any of these say anything about 304 not being used. I don't see anything. What is 88304 then? 88304. Oh yeah, that's our level. That's our level. Remember our lovely one where you got to go find what they removed, and not only what they removed, but from what part, but what actually they removed. Like not just the artery. They didn't remove the artery. They removed some plaque from the artery. So that's what you got to do a word search for. And some of these are like really long word searches. So it's one of the ones where you got to read the question first. But would we use that with a tissue block sample? I'm looking through my little examples down here. Most of my examples are either 331s with the 332s, the 331 with the 323. Very interesting. We probably could use it, right? We probably could. I'm just talking to myself, thinking out loud before I go to my test question. Let's go see what we're doing. So, what CPT codes with the pathology report? We do have a frozen section, and let's see, we did craniotomy surgery. Would a craniotomy be in the 304 section? Not at all. It would be a level like 5 or 6. It would be way on up there if we were doing one of these codes for sure. And it looks like they just did a large piece tumor and they sent it to the path. And then he got it, he measured it and examined it, and it looks like it's just one thing, right? I don't see that they removed two things. We just got one frozen specimen, and that's it. So wouldn't it be just B? (331) is a pathology consultation during surgery, first tissue block with frozen sections single. If we did a craniotomy, it would definitely be at least a 304. At least. This is where the brain surgeries are. This right here would be something easy to get to. If you used a 304, these are just skin polyps. These are just soft tissue issues. If they're doing a heart cath, the little line or the rotor-rooter thing through the heart cath, goes through the femoral leg. It's an easy procedure. People go home same day getting that done. And they may biopsy some of the stuff they got out of there, which is the artery plaque. But it still would be a level, I call it a level 4 because it ends in 4, but it's a level 3 path. It's a low level of complexity. Brain blastoma is super high complexity. It would never be here, if that makes any sense, and I hope I'm explaining it good. The 07 is a level 5. This is where you're getting your brain biopsies, and that's not how they did this surgically, pathology. They did a frozen specimen during the middle of surgery. That's definitely, and they asked for his consultation because the surgeon for the brain surgery wasn't qualified. They wanted a second opinion. So he definitely qualifies for the consultation code also, which means the first tissue block got right here, and it's done by itself. And he got the technical component, the 25, because he's super cool dog. So that's it. 26, I mean. So that's that one. That one's definitely B is our answer. Oh, gosh. These levels are so much fun to do. So much fun. So much fun. Yeah. All right. Let's do another one. Let's see. Make sure I don't give you all the... Here we go. Come on. Come on. Let them see it clearly. Please try to. Oh, gosh. Need some WD-40 on this thing. There we go. All right. So, 22, definitely out. So we have these 829s, 4, 6, 4, 7. Super happy with those. We could even... because they're odd, these two are odd numbers, they might be right underneath each other, but let's look up the first one in the sequence. 82946. 829. 829. What time is it going to be? 9 o'clock. Okay. 829. I'll have to go after this one. Happy's home and showered, and I need to make sure my little one eats before he goes to bed. 82946. My little Death Note man. He needs to eat. Okay, glucose tolerance test. This one always bugs everybody. Oh boy. Okay. So the 4-6 is a glucose tolerance test. 4-7 is a glucose quantitative with a reagent strip, right? Or except with a reagent strip. Okay, so it's a quantitative. And then the 5-1, since we're in the same area, is a tolerance test. So we either do, it's probably going to be between the 46 and the 51 since they're both tolerance tests, right? So let's see our question. We are doing a borderline diabetic one who drank the drink. Yep. And does it say anything about quant or qual? I was just wondering. Nope. So 5 blood specimens all together, right? were taken. So we do for 7 times 5. That would make 6 specimens, right? Because you get credit for this one. And then this one ends up being, so if you were going to do 5 specimens with a times anything, it would have to be times 4, right? So we know A is wrong. We can't use that one. So it's either this one or this one. How many specimens are in the 51? The 51 includes 3 specimens, according to the description. So, if we're doing 5, the math adds, right? Plus 2 more, if we do the times 2, that's the only one that equals out to being 5 specimen. This one up here, the 26, isn't. It's just a glucagon, which is a hormone level, not a glucose. That's just a hormone level test. It's not a glucose tolerance test. So you got to look at the wording really close. That's a hormone level, and this is the glucose tolerance test. So that one right there is the only one that's the really glucose tolerance test because it's under glucose. This is a hormone right there. So anyway, just seeing that that is glucagon, get rid of that. Anyway, we really didn't need to do the math, but D is definitely it. And that's a great example to write down in your book because I guarantee you'll have one of these in this. And usually it's the pregnancy, but it's done and drawn the same way. So if they're doing a glucose tolerance test, and it's usually 3 specimens or maybe 4, but it'll be just the 51 with the 52 and both of them by themselves if it's an OB test, and then this specimen just happened to throw in one more extra. So hopefully that's been helpful. I do have, how many more do I have? How many more did I prep? I got 1, 2, yeah, I only had 1 more left, but I've got this exam. I'm trying to do 100 per section. So right now I've collected, how many? Oh, over 50. I've got over 50 of them over here that I'm collecting that are not repeats from previous sessions. So hopefully I'll have that finished, but right now I need to finish the CPT for sure. Our anesthesia guidelines for 2022 and our code updates, need to do those. And rainbow up your books, guys. Don't worry about it. Rainbow them up. Put the information that you need there. Be sure and add what you need for your exam. Just don't lose your long paragraphs. I have some one-sheeters that are part of just one particular guideline, like sepsis, that divides sepsis up into organ failure or not, and then how to code each one depending on which guideline is going on. And you switch, you see, you use your T code before you use your A in a particular situation. These are super helpful. I share these in my chat group, which if you want to join, come find me on Messenger. It's an app that you can download. I believe it's kind of attached to the metaverse or what do you call Facebook, but it's okay. It's just me. So Jim Brewer, come find me on Messenger and then ask me to join you, and you can come and look, they're sharing notes. Look at them right now. Oh my gosh, they've been sharing away while I've been chatting away, but we work together every day. I'm in here sharing questions, querying people, answering questions. We work in it every day. I've got 100+ people in there right now. So this is really a lot of valuable information right here. I share and people share what was on their exams as soon as they take them. We're all right there. I can also, if you message me on Messenger, if you want to be private, you can do that too, or you can join our group. But I ask questions every night there, of course, if you want to join, and it's all free added help that I do for everybody every night. You can also get into that group, and if you're in there, you go to the little eye icon at the top, and you do a little search the group down here by photos and videos, and it'll bring up every photo anybody's ever shared, including my guidelines. My one-sheeters are in there. Super helpful group. You can even do search by word search. So if you have a question like, what can I write in my books or whatever that are common, you can search them there, or somebody there will help you if I happen to be at the doctor's office or in a meeting or tutoring. But that is all there. You can also get individualized tutoring for sure with me if you want to on my website, which is Medical Coding by Jen. What do you want, my love? Do I have unicorns? Look, Shell, we've got unicorns. Oh my gosh. Look at that. What does it say? I am Real Moon Goddess Unicorn.
No, I am the mystical.
Mystical? I can't read right now. The Mystical Moon Goddess Unicorn. That is beautiful, Travis. I love it. I love it. It's not rainbows, but it's still beautiful. Really good. Really good artwork. Oh my gosh, I just love you to death. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. You got me a unicorn. I love that. Love it. Love it. Okay, my child. Okay, what am I doing? Here we go. Medical Coding by Jen. You can schedule tutoring there if you want to. If TikTok records this live, I will post it on my YouTube for replays. There's already a lot of YouTubes on there for replay, but unfortunately nothing since November 15th, since TikTok hasn't been recording these. Messenger, come find me, hang out in our chat group, study group, and of course all my notes are available there on Etsy. And let's see. Let me go to here in the store. I'll show you where everything is. So my guidelines are right here. Super helpful. I mean, I have the guidelines here and coding tips to go along with each one with how you would code in scenario. Let's see, that's probably going to be the video. Yeah, I'll go over here. Screenshots of what exactly they're talking about and what it looks like in the book when they're in the middle of all this jargon, so you know what to look at, and then how to code it in sequence based off what they're saying over here. So super helpful. I've even color coded any words, so any words you see in this over here, if they're green, you know you code them first, blue, second, third, fourth, fifth. That's how they'll be sequenced throughout the entire set of guidelines. Just in case they're not coded on the side or something, you just know right away because you'll be able to notice that green goes first, and it's always going to be in your head. Even if you see it outside my notes, the more you review this, you'll know that word is green. I know I'm going to code that first, right? So super helpful. I love these. I'm super proud of them, of course. And then these are the E&M codes that I have done. You'll highlight those words for each code. I'm sorry you can't see the pink, but when you print it out, you can see the pink. It's, you know, detailed, low. It's got your time. I had to go all the way back to 2020 books to find the 3 of 3, 2 of 3, because they don't publish that anymore, including they don't publish the detailed, or comp. 21 codes books and the 22 books do not have any of that detail. I had to carry that over. I've added it into these so you can write it in, and then I have how do you code each scenario, each diagnosis, or CPT code on both sides of the information so that you get a really good understanding, even some practice questions down of what to code on these. So trying to be really super helpful for what you have to spend, or if you spend here, but I can show you how to do that in your books, all on my lives, all in the messenger chat. I can show you how to fix this and create this all by yourself without having to purchase them if you have the time before your exams. And I'm happy to teach everybody how to do this for free. Absolutely. I was tired of watching everybody suffer and not pass this exam. And I've purchased a lot of help from other companies or other people that sell a lot of information, and I was surprised how unhelpful it all was. So that's why I'm doing this, and I am happy to help anybody I can with the time that I have away from the kids and everything. But I need to go for tonight. I will be back on Friday night, and the boys will be at the town's Christmas parade, bringing in Santa Claus on one of the floats. So maybe it'll be a little bit quieter here on Friday night because I'll be missing that, but we will be doing a live at 6:30 Arizona time zone. We don't fall back or push forward, so we're all different compared to everybody else. So think about that when you're looking for what time I'll be on, but it'll be 6:30 Friday night, and I will see you then, guys. I hope this has been helpful, and thank you, Mary. Thank you. Yes, 10% is still off on the store. If you click on the link in my bio, on my picture, it'll take you to my TikTok page, which is here. So you kind of have to wait for the live to go over.
So earlier.
Sorry, I love TikTok too. But you go to my profile pic after this TikTok is over with, then you'll click on this Etsy link right here, and this coupon gives you 20% off on top of the 10% that I've already got the store on sale. So that's a total of 30 off. If you need higher or better coupons or something else, if you're going to buy more than 4 sections or 5 sections at a time, I have other coupons for you. Just message me and let me know. But that will take you and automatically put it in your cart that coupon will take another 20% off. But if you're going to buy a lot of sections, let me know and I'll give you a better coupon. You can email me here. This will open up Gmail and you can Gmail me there, or you can message me on Messenger. But yes, happy to help whatever I can do for sure. Let me know what I can do to get y'all to pass. And I hope to see y'all in chat on our little study group, and I will update our list of items that have been on the CPC exam in the last 45 days to include this weekend's data tonight and resend those back out to the people that have already purchased. So let me know if there's anything else I can do for you. I've got quite a list. We need our AKAs for sure, right? And we need practice exams that are a lot cheaper than $400 for 150 repeat questions that have been out there since 2018 and 19 for sure. So I need me a crew to work for me. Anyway, I will see y'all on Friday. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Shell. I hope you saw the unicorn. He drew a really pretty unicorn.